Zap
Turd jokes, folks.
Hey.
We got your fecal jokes immediately.
We got some toilet humor over here.
On the video disappeared.
Look at this guy.
There. Oh, different. Oh, now it's gone again.
I can't see
Oh.
anything.
It was never mind. It was different because it's all like, "Hey, it cut to black," and I thought that just disappeared, but it didn't. It's cool. Good job. Good job. But,
Yay.
so, do you guys ever watch the College Humor YouTube channel at all?
Every once in a while, I'll see something, but I don't recall anything specifically. At least not in a long time.
Okay. There's something on there that at times is insanely funny. They've only had like 2 instances of it. It's called Breaking News. And so they have 4 people in like different, newscaster positions, like, the 2 at the desk, one sports, one like on the scene or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not sports, it's weather. Sorry. Anyways, telling a story. And the thing about it is that they don't know what's on the teleprompter. So the point is that they're not supposed to break. And some of the stuff I have to say is absolutely hysterical, and watching them just crack up over it is pretty good.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, when you started with the whole like it's the new trend the kids are doing these days, this day, it made me think of one of the episodes of it because of what they said. It was really funny.
Oh, that is funny. One time in college, I was doing the broadcast class, so we were doing a like twice weekly public access, show at the college, and it was live broadcast on public TV. And one of the stories, the lady's name was just, it was so close to not a naughty word, but it was like a perverted kind of sounding word, and the way that it was worded. And I was on the camera, and the girl next to me was reading it, and she broke a little bit as she had to stop. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I need a second." And we're all just sitting there. I'm trying so hard to contain it. I'm just like, just holding it back. And then after we got done, we were all like, "Oh man, we messed up so much." And then the teacher was like, "You got to keep it together." He was like, "That was funny, but you got to keep it together."
Apparently, Amanda Hugginkiss is missing.
Phone call for Amanda Hugginkiss. I need Amanda Hugginkiss.
And don't we all?
I'm gonna kill you. I need to work on Mo voice. I like Mo.
That wasn't bad. That was pretty good, actually.
Mo.
I have to work on it.
Mo.
Meow.
Hey,
And fun.
we should
Hey.
we should do a show. What if we did a show? Because I'm
And then we'll speak in
I'm-
voices the whole time.
barbecue sleepy.
Yeah.
Hi,
got
barbecue
the
sleepy.
barbecue
We're
belly.
your co-hosts this episode.
That should totally be your new randomly generated name, Barbecue Sleepy.
Oh, that is good. Okay,
Yeah.
battle tag change time.
Yeah.
Barbecue Sleepy.
So long, Revendon. Hello, barbecue sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good name. That's
That is
a
Sidekick
really
Car
good name.
Crash.
I kind of want it now.
Yeah.
You know what? Can I edit your name in Discord? If not, you should change your nickname to Barbecue Sleepy.
If so, you have too much power.
Well, I own this one, so let's see, Revendon. Change nickname.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, barbecue sleepy.
Barbecue Sleepy.
How often are you allowed to change your battle tag?
You get it once.
What?
Yeah.
Just that's it? I got it twice, technically, by the way.
Okay, if anybody's currently in the Discord server, scroll down to offline and look for Revendon. See if it says Revendon parentheses Barbecue Sleepy. Might just be me.
So I've already gotten
might
one
just be on your
exception.
side,
I don't think they'll give me another exception. Because I've technically changed my battle tag twice.
Oh no!
I changed it to my real name for a while, but it was when I was into Overwatch, and so it just kept saying, has killed John Jagger, has killed John Jagger, has killed John Jagger, and I was like, oh, this is depressing.
Oh, I like it.
You can pay $10 to change your battle tag. All
Yeah,
right.
Barbecue Sleepy.
I'm gonna have to
There you
notify
go.
all my friends that I will now be
Yeah.
known as Barbecue Sleepy on the battle tag.
And then the sidekick meat sweats. I saw that in the chat.
Oh no!
Via BIM, yeah. Ugh.
Oh,
Can't do the show tonight, guys. I'm
Hold-
so barbecue sleep with
Hold
the
on,
meat
I'll
sweats.
update my Twitter name. Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
This is important. This is important. It's not true until it's on social media.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
I don't remember how to do it though. Edit profile. Say John Barbecue Sleepy Jagger right there.
There you go.
And save changes. Done.
All right.
These kinds of ideas are always so fun for like an hour and then they become regrets. So I'm going to wait to pay money for things.
That's probably a good idea.
That's just my
I would-
It's just my belief.
Barbecue sleepy.
Barbecue steak. Oh.
What?
Sorry, looking at something. Oh, that's the link to change your battle tag name. Nice.
Don't link the battle tag change. Gosh, this is tempting now.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna keep it going until after the show. You're gonna take a barbecue sleep nap.
And decide
Then-
if I still like the name.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
You just sit on it for a while.
I think loading into Heroes of the Storm with the name Barbecue Sleepy is a better name.
Yeah. It could even lead to stories, you know, like, oh man, I remember when I had a whole rack of ribs at Chili's the other day. I came home barbecue sleep.
I am so
know, right?
barbecue sleepy.
Well, I just picture your like people are going up against you in Team League. Oh man, look, it's Gerp, it's Gorath,
Go
and
Wrath.
Ferguson, barbecue sleepy. Who the fuck is that?
Barbecue
Who is this
sleepy.
guy?
I'm hankering for some barbecue though.
Yeah.
I want to be
Yo.
barbecue sleepy.
I feel like I'd
Yeah.
get targeted though because people would be like, "Go for the sleepy one."
Yeah, go for the barbecue sleepy one. Look, can I get a rack of ribs and a cot?
What's going to
Take a nap.
happen is they're going to see your name. They're going to be so envious of you that they just quit and you just win every match.
Let's all pick on the guy whose name indicates that he's tired from eating barbecue.
Oh man, it's a good thing that there's not like voice comm over the entire thing, so you're not just like, "Hey guys, just had a whole bunch of barbecue."
Hey, barbecue
My
sleepy.
belly is so full right now. Oh lordy.
Hey everybody, I just woke up and I just gotta tell you, I'm feeling a little extra barbecue sleepy today.
I don't know if I can go on. You might have to queue up without me.
The only thing that woke me up this morning was the puddle of drool I woke up in.
You know what? You can defend your core. I'm gonna defend this hunk of meat that's left. It's
You know, I woke up with dried barbecue sauce all over my face.
So who
I thought
all
I'd bled on myself.
Svensson, are there a lot of people revered on their reputations already? Because I'm
Sure,
jealous.
some
I mean, I'm sure they are too, because I'm getting close, and if I'm getting close, then I'm sure some dedicated people have done
Well,
it.
you know what? Let's stop the pre-show and start the show, and we can talk about that.
Thank you, Svensson. You saved us from the barbecue sleepies.
Yep.
Yeah, you know we're all sleepy.
We were on this like barbecue sleepy loop.
Guys, I
Oh,
had so much
gosh.
barbecue and a
Oh.
grilled cheese sandwich.
And how's your throat feeling, John?
Fine. I do not have dicky throat at the moment.
Okay.
That is good.
People are not going to understand why I just called it dicky throat. I should
Nope.
No.
That-
Not a bit.
I should explain why it's called dicky throat.
Welcome to Azeroth
No,
Roundtable.
no, I am going to explain why it is called that. No, 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 no. Let me just be clear. If you have to clear your throat after eating, you ask
Oh my god, dude! The lagging balls rate is right now. This is the perfect time to explain Dicky Throat.
Oh, hey,
Oh boy, yeah.
hey,
It's
lagging
perfect.
balls, you're just in time. I'm going to explain to everybody why we call it dicky throat. and it's not what you think it is.
You tell.
Thanks, small child. I'm so when you this isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. When you
Well, you see what happened.
No, you don't want to use that voice to explain it, let me tell you.
No.
Hey, when Ben and I used to go out to restaurants, we would get on the podcast afterwards, and if he started clearing his throat, I would say, "Oh, you have whatever restaurant we went to throat." So if we went to McDonald's, "Oh, you got McDonald's throat." If we went to Burger King, "Oh, you got Burger King throat." Well, today we went to a place called Dickie's Barbecue, and it occurred to me that that means I have Dickie's throat.
Well, how does he feel about it?
He's probably fine. He's probably
If he-
okay with it.
Yep.
Anyway, the point is,
You know what? I think it would have been better if you didn't explain it at all.
if I just said I got Dickie throat and let people assume the worst,
Oh yeah, definitely.
okay, fair enough.
That's how that works.
I'm just saying, like, it's a thing. Actually, I don't know if it's a thing. I think you and I are maybe the only people that say that you've got blank throat.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we are. But hey, it's still fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, we need to avoid starting the show for just a couple more seconds because I am not ready to click the button to transition to the next scene, and I just need a minute.
Okay. Are you just too barbecue sleepy?
I am too barbecue sleepy for this.
He's actually laying down right now in front of his computer. He just needs to stand up.
I got-
How deep is this
Sorry,
throat? Well,
guys.
now it's Dicky Belly because that's where it ended up.
Oh man,
So much barbecue.
so full.
All right,
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. We'll start. If you're all gonna start doing barbecue sleepy voices, we'll start the show.
Does anyone have a moist towelette?
Everybody else.
I need a moist towel.
Would you like this mint? It's paper thin, or wafer thin.
It's wafer thin.
I did not.
Wafer thin. Okay. Well, no, you darn messed it up.
Yes, I did. That's too. So now we're going to go with.
That's what you
that's-
get for trying to surprise people. You know you're able to just transition like a normal person, right?
Oh, I thought that you were ready. So I was just gonna-
I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Okay, well, John, are you ready?
No.
Okay, let's go because now there's a cat crying.
See? I'm helping the show.
Be
Even
quiet. So, yeah. I don't know. I heard her from the bedroom. I don't know. I just heard meowing. Don't look at me.
Ben hears meowing when he's about to start a show. What do you hear?
Well, first of all, Marconin, you're ready, right?
Legolas, what do your elf ears
Yes.
hear?
But a wisp of clouds.
Do you hear a damn cat?
Okay, John, are you ready now?
No.
Jeez, man.
I'm tired. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. All right, I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
here we go. Attempt number 3. Welcome to Azeroth. Shit. Welcome to Azeroth.
Hold on. Wait, we messed it up. We had to go back to the logo because we messed it up. You messed it up.
Okay.
Now the logo's all jacked. It's not working. It's broken. We broke it. It's just going to be this forever. This pixelated whatever this is what's happening.
Okay. I'm gonna do it for real this time.
Good, because we broke the logo. The logo's broken forever. It's your fault.
That's fine. Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 283. It's Friday night. It's in Azeroth. I don't know. But anyways, with me as always is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
That's the one he was happy enough to continue with, everybody. That was the one that said that Ben looked at and said, good enough. I just want you all to keep that in mind as we progress further, that when you heard that introduction, as great as it was,
Oh, yeah.
that's the one we decided to keep.
Yep. In fact, the show title now is going to be Good Enough.
Good enough.
Yeah,
That'll
it's good.
do, Azeroth Roundtable. That'll do. Hi, Ben. I'm Barbecue Sleepy. I'm here at the round table, and I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's do a show.
Well, that's fantastic, because guess what, Barbecue Sleepy? At the round table with us this week is our good friend, our ally in the way of all things WoW, and someone who is just pretty cool by himself anyway. You know, even outside of WoW. And I have to say, welcome, Marconin.
Oh, hey. Oh, you're talking about me. Hey, yeah, guys. How you doing?
Doing great.
Better than Ben.
Whatever. Be quiet, Barbecue.
I am not barbecue sleepy. I am Chinese takeout sleepy today. So
Ooh.
a little bit of carb overload right now. I'm dragging, but I think we can get through this one way or another. I think Ben's going to just drag me and John through this. So
I'm so tired too. It's going to be an amazing episode.
What happens?
We're just going to talk real
three
slowly.
incredibly sleepy people gather around a round table to talk about exciting World of Warcraft action.
10 minutes in, the remaining 50 minutes of the show is just snoring.
Oh, that's going to be rough. That's not going to be fun for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it's someone's ASMR. It'll be fun.
Least of
Yeah,
all
there you
me.
go.
I like to pretend I don't snore, even though there's plenty of evidence to the contrary. And if it was
Same.
recorded and podcasted out, then I'd have to face the music.
The snoring music?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, John. It's good enough.
It's good enough.
Yeah,
Azeroth Roundtable. Good enough.
Good enough. Yeah.
good enough.
But anyways, hey guys, we are in our second week of a brand new expansion.
Yes.
We are.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, I figure we need to start off with a progress report just to see where everybody's, like at character-wise. So, Marcona, you are our guest. We think you're awesome. Why don't you tell us?
You're awesome.
Oh, thanks. John too. Like, is it a collective view or?
It's when it's in front of John, it's a collective view. Okay, we just got to keep up appearances here.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Love you, John.
Well, in that case,
Thanks.
you're definitely going first.
I
So
put him in the Alliance Square, so...
Yeah.
Where are you, Marconin wise? I know that's I actually saw you on Troll Marconin at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and that got me super excited. I'm like, oh, you're going to be Horde this expansion.
I'm gonna be bi-factional this expansion. I did promise our dear Nevermore that I would get my Troll Mage up to 120 after my Gnome got up to 120. So Gnome Marconin is 120. He's just barely geared for heroics. I queued up for my first heroic, and then an hour and a half later got in, and then my computer crashed and I got kicked. So on the loading screen, like it loaded up, I saw the beginning of the dungeon. It's like 1, 2, crash, and then like 15 minutes later, I finally get back on the game. They're like, nope, you're gone. You're back in Storm Song. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I haven't had a chance to do any heroics since then. But wanting to gear up, and I am very, very excited to try the Horde campaign. Just getting in, I've gotten to the Great Seal, and they're like, now you're going to be going out here, and you're going to get all the troll things. You're going to take down the blood trolls. You go.
Oh my god, and your mic cut out. This is the most amazing thing.
Yeah, we lost
Did
your...
my mic cut out?
Oh, he's
Yes,
back.
we're back. We got you back.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Where did you lose me?
After Blood Trolls.
You're going to go kill the blood trolls. And then we've got this guy who wants to overthrow the king. You need to go out there and you need to take care of him too. And then you got to do something else over here where they got other things I don't remember. Because I have not done those zones yet. All I know, the lower. There you go, Tiber. I need to deal with the lower. And what's Sandy? What's Basmati? What's his
Bwamsandi.
Bananarama Zamdi?
No, we got it.
So,
Bwamsandi.
yeah.
Disrespect of
Wamsandi.
Yeah, you gotta like
I-
him. He'll
I did
disrespect you plenty, though.
I did encounter a Bwamsandi when I was doing some quests for the 7th Legion there, and I jumped in the little pit where all the troll spirits are coming. He said something like, "You don't belong here. Have a nice trip," and he like shot me halfway across the zone. Yeah, and I'm like, "It's a good thing I'm on a mage." Right before the girl's like, "Ha ha, Slowfall."
Perfect.
Man, I like him even more now. That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing all of that on the troll Marconin.
So wait a minute, maybe it hasn't happened yet, but if you as a gnome, as an Alliance gnome man, die over in the troll zones, is he your spirit healer?
I don't think I've died over there yet, so I'm not sure.
All right. Because
I'd
I'm
have
curious if he'd be there for Alliance or not.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh.
I'll turn war mode on and run over there.
Yeah, we'll find you.
Try it. Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll find you.
Just go up the top of that pyramid and jump. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
You'll die at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chad is saying yes, he's still the spirit healer even for Alliance. Great.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
I'll have to give that a shot and see that because his model is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so yeah, I've been playing I haven't been able to play a whole lot. Well, that being said, I took 2 days off of work for launch day, and then like the day after and the day after that. So I played a good bit and got up to 120, and then I haven't really had a whole lot of time to play after that. So
Well, have you finished the story for all 3 Alliance zones?
I have. I've gotten the cool tourist achievement, so you need that for Pathfinder, so I had to get that done. It was a bit of a slog, I'll be honest. Like I finished 2 zones and I was 120, and I'm like, man, I got a whole nother zone, and there's so many side quests. Like I'm running to the next city, and it's like, help me, my bee farm, I can't get all the honey.
I
Okay.
see, but that's the
For like
thing.
20 minutes, so like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm like, there's a little scared creepy girl in Drustbar that needs you to come play and have tea. Okay, why am I? This girl is creepy. Is she a witch? All these little things.
But
Like,
I mean,
and I'm
that's
like,
that's the thing to this content is, they even asked in that Q&A, they said, hey, there's a lot of quests, maybe too many quests. And they said, well, Legion people complained about being too linear, so they wanted to make the world feel like there was more to do, more places to go. But I feel like there's so many stories they could tell with this expansion. Horde versus Alliance. How is such and such race doing on this continent? We've seen people always feel like certain races and stories are being races and classes and stuff like that are kind of being dropped from the story. So maybe instead of giving us the compelling tale of so and so who wants you to go pick up rocks for him and throw them at birds, maybe find an actually interesting story that's a side story to give. That's not to say they're all bad. Ben and I both keyed in on Brontosaurus boning in the car as a highlight for the expansion. Turns out
mythology.
Making Brontosauri bone is a memorable and fun activity that'll stick with you and is a worthwhile quest.
Yes.
I look forward to doing it.
That was fine. That was acceptable. Great.
So do they.
That was everybody wins. Literally everybody wins. But the thing is they're not all Brontosaurus boning. Yeah. And they're not all amazing, cool story beats on top of it. There's a lot of stuff that I would just describe as filler. And I feel like if they came back and they found a way to make that filler interesting, because we kind of live in a world of, we have games like Witcher 3, where the highlights of that game are some of the side quests, stuff that's not even part of the main quest. To this day, I haven't finished the main quest in Skyrim, and I love that game. But the side quests are so interesting, I don't feel the need to go do those. So I feel like WoW could do that too. I think they just need to key in on not making quests just feel like more busy work. And
well, I'm gonna disagree with you on like all of this. Well, not really, because you have a really good point on this and everything like that, and I'm all for having quests that matter, but I'm also all for having like filler quests, because especially with in Zoldazar, a lot of the filler quests is just learning more about like the culture and the world. Excuse me, the world there. That's barbecue coming up, saying hi.
It's back.
Barbecue burpee.
Like the stuff that you do with the Tortolans or whatever. It's awesome. I love it. And I don't think like half of it actually goes towards the main story quest line and everything like that. Myself, I did get to 120, which I'm super happy about. Finished
Nice.
everything in Zoldazar. At least I thought I did. Until I finished Nazmir, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a quest that opens up in Zoldazar, which is completely tied to Nazmir. Thank God, because holy crap, mind blown with that whole quest line and stuff like that. But the thing is I think that's like for me personally, I'm all in. Like I'm 120. I'm going into Vol'dun, and one, I'm so happy I left that for the end so far. I mean, granted, I'm barely in it because the Volpera are amazing. I think
Nice.
I'm completely in love with Marine. By the way, she is the best. But I gotta say that I'm excited to explore and go with all that stuff. Like the intro into that zone was really cool and interesting. I'm excited to see where that goes. Working with the people, I think, is a lot of fun, and like just overall, after we've had an expansion come out, a bunch of different content come out. How many times where hey, I want more story, I want more questing.
Are you losing Ben as well, Marconin? Or is it
I
just me?
am.
Okay.
Oh,
I am.
We are losing you, Ben. You're gone.
Oh no!
Ben is a robot. He is a robot
beep.
man. The internet decided
Oh, no.
his opinions were wrong and would shun him. Shun him!
No!
This is my favorite part of the show because I get to disagree with Ben and he can't defend his stance.
Nope.
You're wrong,
Well-
Ben. You're wrong.
Oh wait, can you hear me now?
You're still robot-y.
Uh,
Still a robot.
Okay. Well, I'm
maybe.
just gonna mark this here. I might actually have to do some editing tonight.
Do you want to
Oh.
switch to being voice only?
I'm gonna call you guys right back.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I
gonna
will still be with you, stream. We'll talk until Ben calls back.
Neat.
Great. Oh, Marconin's still here because
I'm still here.
he'll just jump back in. Yeah.
Hi.
Ben's gonna have to edit. I don't know why this video doesn't load anymore.
I don't know.
Now it wants me.
I thought it was me at first. I was like, oh no, Skype's messing up again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you see me now?
No.
No.
Ah, frack. Oh, it's because my camera's turned off. Hold on.
Yay, there you are.
There he is. There's
Hey. I'm gonna have to actually edit, guys. Boo.
Dang it.
Okay, so what was the last thing you remember me saying?
Ben. I don't know, but I disagreed with it.
Okay, well, regardless, I you know what? I recorded my whole bit, so I'm just gonna keep talking.
Okay,
There you
talk away.
But anyways, so I'm super excited for questing in Vol'dun and doing things. I'm totally fallen in love with Marine because she's awesome. But the last expansion we were complaining throughout the whole time that we wanted more story, more content, and things like that. That's one of the things that we talked about over and over again. And granted, this isn't sustainable story and questing and everything like that because you're gonna finish it and then wait for more to come via patches and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm fine with it because it's a lot of content and I'm actually going through and I'm really enjoying all of it.
See, that's where we differ, though, is I didn't. I don't find the person who wants me to throw rocks at birds interesting.
Well, maybe I just haven't got
Like-
to that quest yet.
I don't honestly, I don't remember if that's even one, but my point is that like the problem is it feels like a checklist, and we kind of talked about this last week, so I don't want to hammer this nail too hard because again, overall, I love the expansion. This is probably I have two major gripes, and this is the smaller of the two major gripes, and it's not a case. It's just formulaic. It's like I know that when I go, there will be a cool story beat, probably, maybe, but that story beat is going to consist of a quest where I click something, a quest where I kill X number of things, and a quest where I right-click on X number of things to pick them up. And then I get a cool story beat, which is, kind of interesting, but now do 3 more of those. And I don't find those individual pieces interesting enough to sustain me. So I did say during Legion, I would like more story. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I don't see a whole lot of Alliance versus Horde. I'm sure it's coming later, but as of right now, we had a really cool build up to nothing happening with it so far. I'm curious what the other races are thinking about the war, what other races are thinking about what Sylvanas has done. I have a general idea of how the orcs feel about things, but I'd be curious to get an undead perspective. I'd be curious what the Blood Elves are doing besides archaeology. Like, I would be very curious about these things, but instead, I'm getting weird, not that compelling stories, and that's fine. I do agree that there are some that are there to build the world, and I think that's done very effectively, especially around the Troll Capital, in that zone, Zuldazar, or whatever it's called. I think that zone's actually very good with that. But I think it's done less effectively in others where you give me a whole cool race of people I want to learn about, but they're kind of all stuffed in the end after this whole bunch of other stuff I wasn't that particularly interested in.
But again, I mean, this is just total different opinions on this because, I'm totally eating up as much as I can and I'm, slowly taking my time going through it and stuff. In fact, I hit 120 and I'm like, oh, World Quest didn't appear. Okay, cool, whatever. I started Vol'dun and kind of go with that. I'm like, oh, let's clear out the Nathano stuff, fly back, turn that in, get the third invasion point or whatever set up. And then I get the next quest of, oh, gotta be friendly. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm taking it so slow with how I'm playing and progressing and everything that to me it's not a big deal. I'm just enjoying it, and I mean, this goes to the whole like there's no wrong way to play WoW, and I know that Blizzard always has the hardest time trying to please everybody. It's just I want to go on record and say so far I'm really enjoying it. Now I am in the zone that apparently everybody has huge issues with side content, so next week I might have a different tune, but for now, just with the 2 zones that I've done, I've thoroughly enjoyed like all of it. Although I will say that I got tired of killing blood trolls, just killing them. But at the same time, I liked the questing and everything that went along with that stuff. And you're right, John, that Gob Squad stuff was actually pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it was a pleasant little surprise mixed in out of nowhere. And honestly, I think, we talked about this last week too. This was also in the Q&A. It might not have been as big an issue had the general feeling of the gameplay and the difficulty not spiked at 120 or later levels and had gone the other way. If I was able to breeze through this content near the end and say, it's a side quest, but I'll just go get that done real quick. But instead, it kind of front-loaded all the stuff that was compelling, and I was breezing through that. And then by the time I was like kind of feeling that fatigue of like, I'm just not that into it, that was at the same time where for me the combat and all of that also slowed down. And I was like, oh man, I think it all created this perfect storm where the ending slog of that was a little rougher than I would have expected.
It's such a bummer because for me, I felt no difference. And I think it's because I leveled as a healer. Everything is slow going. Everything is very meticulous when you're going through. It's like you do enough damage and stuff. It's like, okay, my health is at this point. Let me heal myself back up, kill the thing. Like, last night I was going through that invasion point, and at one point I had like 4 or 5 things on me, which normally means death, but I was smart about how I did it, kept myself alive, and just kind of kept going through. It took a little while, but it's just entirely different builds on our characters, how it works and everything like that. Like Marconin, I mean, I know that you haven't done the Horde side very much as well, but I heard that Storm is a Storm song.
Yes.
That one is actually, extremely expansive. And
it really is. It is, but I liked it the most out of the 3 zones. For one, the music is fantastic. It's beautiful and flowing and it's gorgeous music. And when I first go through the expansion, I'll have the sound on and the music and sound effects and all that stuff. Later on, I'll put on something on YouTube. But doing all those quests and everything in Storm Song, I kind of agree with John about it being, especially like when you hit 116 and your legendaries and everything turn off, there's a big not difficulty spike, but it just took a lot longer to kill things.
Yeah.
And then when you hit 120, I just kept feeling like no matter what gear I got, they just kept overtaking me. You know, as a Clothy, I mean, a Frost Mage, I can get out of stuff. I can sit there and keep everybody back and at bay, and I didn't die too many times while leveling, but it was just frustrating to sit in there and just hit. And I was like, I have killed a world soul, and this stupid pig won't die. Just throwing everything at it. And then I have to blink away, and it's just like, oh, so
Somebody
bad.
send this ferret to fight the Lich King, because it's probably
Yes.
doing a better job than I did.
Yeah, well, and I think that you really nailed it on the head too. Is that if both of you felt a big difference at 116, it meant nothing to me because all of my legendaries are geared towards healing other people.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's like combat is just nice and smooth. But if you have specific abilities tied to a legendary, and all of a sudden it just gone, then yeah, it makes a huge difference in that. And like I can get that understanding. Like, do you think that it would have been better if legendaries worked all the way to like 120, and then at that point you're just gonna out gear out gear point?
I don't think it was
I don't
purely the legendaries. It certainly had an impact because that was the major drop, but I don't know. I mean, like, the whole point of leveling up is to feel better than you were before, and instead it feels like the opposite.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Bagheera,
felt weaker every level.
yeah, and that was the thing. It was like, is my power draining? Am I Arthas of Warcraft 3? Am I being weakened somehow? But Bagheera in the chat room actually kind of nails it. He said things even out quick when you hit eye level 315 and up, and it's true. I'm starting to hit that gear. I'm starting to get 325 gear from my world quests and stuff like that, and I'm actually starting to feel reinvigorated because I'm like, oh, this is kind of how it was supposed to feel. I'm kind of back to feeling how I was back in the 110 kind of days. So, and I knew it was going to come, and we said it last week. I said there are times when everything procs right and it feels good again. So it was like, I know I'm going to get there. It was a question of how long would it take to get there. And the answer is it doesn't take very long. But in a game where to get those world quests, you do have to kind of complete those quest lines, that is a bit of an ask. And in the Q&A, they said in the future they're considering doing things to more clearly indicate what is progressing story versus what is side content.
I think that would help out a lot.
Yeah. Because I know when I play an alt, I am going to mainline the quest, and if I'm not 120 by the time I'm done, then we'll go see which one of those side quests I liked. And we'll say, all right, I'm going to go make the Brontosaurus bone, and then I'm going to go to the Temple of Akunda, and I don't know what else. Maybe kill that bat. That was probably part of the main story.
Take care of those two dinosaurs fighting.
Yeah, I'll kill those at some point. Just do that.
Yeah, exactly. So one other thing about the Q&A that, John, you kind of touched on already that they actually did address was how the other races and everything are feeling about like the battle and the story and everything like that. And that's one of the big things going into Battle for Azeroth that I was having a hard time with, justifying my characters, joining the fight and everything like that. So it's one of those things where I'm actually really curious, because I play a Pandaren, how the Pandarans are going to react, because the whole like keep balance, don't I don't know, have huge open warfare on a land and then have the Shahs erupt and all that stuff, kind of are. So I'm really curious to see where that goes. And with that being said, Marconin, please forgive my ignorance here, but
that's fine.
What do gnomes do?
It's a good question. We haven't had a huge, like, solid story quest line since Wrath, when we discovered that we were originally the mechagnomes that the Titans took care of, and we got the Curse of the Flesh. That was a huge revelation when I went through.
No, your microphone's gone again.
They revealed that.
Oh, it's back again, though.
It's back, though.
It's back. I don't know why it
We're
cuts
just having
out.
technical difficulties all over tonight. This is fun.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Good enough. It'll be good enough by the end.
Yeah, but ever since that the quest line, we found out that we used to be mechagnomes, and that was a huge revelation. Since then, we haven't had a whole lot. I mean, I cheer every time I see High Tinker Mechatork Like every time I see him, like, yay, he had a spot, taken, and that thing about, Gul'dan, and then Varian dies. He was like talking, and then with the, the invasion of Lordaeron, he's there, so he's visible.
He's essentially just Iron Man at this point, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's the Alliance Iron Man, and I want his suit of armor as a mount so dang bad.
It'll
Need
be
it.
8 billion gold.
But I think, yeah. Well, I think really all the gnomes are doing is we're trying to help the war effort. I mean, we can't, we weren't even good enough to be in the cinematic. I mean, just a bunch of dwarf hunters, Draenei mage, Draenei warrior paladin. I don't know. And then a bunch of just soldiers.
All I'm going to say is if you were on the Horde side, we'd put you in a cinematic.
Oh, you already did. An old soldier. I got a message and from somebody that night and said, "Hey, what are you doing with Saurfang? Leave him alone." My father fought with you in the Third War.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love that so much.
It's I'm not trying to win you over to the Horde side necessarily. I'm just saying if gnomes wanted to join the Horde, they'd probably end up in a cinematic because that's how it works.
I don't know. Goblins haven't been in one yet either. So
They're the ones running.
you're not...
They're the ones filming it.
Yeah, we're there. See, that's the answer right there. The gnomes and the goblins, they're the AV team for. They've got the cameras and the microphones. Like
the little boom comes down and you just hear, "Hey, get that out of there!" and it lifts back up.
Sorry,
I would love.
I'm on a ladder. The camera comes down and it's like in his face, just like just roll around like, "Hey, leave it alone." Like, sorry.
For like the next boost cinematic or something like that, please work that in. That would be so great.
Yeah, I think that should be canon actually. That gnomes and goblins are the ones that just film all of this.
Yeah,
because
they're the research. They're the catalogers.
I'm now picturing like the Arthas death and everything like that, and just the camera turns and there's just this camera crew of gnomes just standing there like with their mouths open like.
Yeah, and there's like a director in a chair and he's like, "Cut!"
Arthas,
we need more emotion from you.
I see only darkness for me. Okay, good. Now get a good zoom in. Zoom right in there. Closer, closer, closer. Really get the family tension.
Yeah.
And then the camera like hits him on the face and he's like,
"Too close.
Ow!
Back it up a little bit. Bring it back just a little bit. Just
That's
a little
something-
bit back."
We should totally run that by Terry Gregor. Like, you need to do like an old school Pixar style credits where they do the outtakes. Like, you got to do that. Like, go back, do the Wrath Gate, and as someone's running by on the camera, they trip and fall, and then like the orc laughs at him or something, and then like it.
As the orcs ride up, they knock over cameras.
Yeah, they do that, and
people coughing when the plague gets released.
No, beforehand. You're not supposed to cough yet.
oh, sorry.
It'd be great. Everybody would go watch the credits. Some people still do because there's good art that shows up in the credits when you click it. But everybody go watch the credits if they put that in there.
Oh my goodness. Just like some short, like just little things from the old cinematics or something. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, or. Like Thrall, and he's channeling the heart of whatever, the heart of the dragon aspects or whatever. And he like misses.
Yeah, it's just constant miss after miss after miss.
I swear I'm gonna get it next time, guys.
Deathwing's just face palming.
Yeah. And then the director's like,
"You've been at this for days, Goel.
Get
it right."
When Deathwing sits up to facepalm, you just see a group of adventurers fall off his back. Just like,
Oh my gosh.
That's such a fun. That would be so funny. Like just those little things, like somebody flubbing a line, and then it like the camera like tilts down, and then you see like Gul'dan and Varian like having a coffee or something by the water cooler, and just sitting there talking like that little split second. before they get back on camera.
Yeah.
Now I'm just picturing Sargeras being pulled from the clouds around Azeroth, and he's going to plunge the sword in, and he lets go by accident. He keeps getting pulled back. He's like trying to reach for it and stuff.
Or he like summons a plunger or a mop. Ah.
And it's like, oh, Gary from Props. I don't know.
Yeah.
Prop.
Ah.
This would be great.
Summoned the wrong one.
I like this idea. Get Taryn Gregory on the phone. We have ideas. I'm sure it'll be no work and no effort for him and his team.
Yeah, they could just throw that together. They got the file. It's just like, just re-rig it. You'll find.
They'd
Yeah,
do it,
do it.
we'd laugh, and then they'd say, sorry, no cinematics for the rest of the expansion. You can thank these guys. We'd be like, no!
It would be a good thing to throw in like the beginning of like the BlizzCon, that first long montage of stuff at BlizzCon. Like, you need a gag reel. Like, we really need a gag reel. We'll do one with WoW. We'll do a couple with the Overwatch ones would be amazing.
Well, there was that the one that they like the 5-second thing that they had at the end of Pandaria with the orc and the human at the bar together saying,
Yeah.
a talking bear or something like that, and like that's all it was.
Yeah.
So
Something like that. Yeah. There is a precedent for that. They really need to do something with that, because that would I think that would go along with the spirit of everything with it, and it would just I'd love it.
Or,
So much.
because again, time and money mean nothing, a
is money.
full CG rendered cutscene, elaborately done, not using in-game models, like the full 3D masterclass cinematic of ETC jamming out at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yep.
That would be.
Just waste all that time, all that effort, and all that money on that. The good news is you could reuse the ETC for Heroes of the Storm cinematics.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of reusing things, though, now I haven't actually gotten to this point yet myself because, again, I haven't unlocked, world quests and things like that. But a little birdie named Tetsemi told me that the war mode is kind of mimicking something that John and I have been saying is the best patch content that has ever been in this game, or at least the best patch pacing. And that would be patch 5.1.
Actually, you're 100% correct.
Ooh.
Yes, it does. And the story is phenomenal.
Oh, this is great. It's like all the times that we said, hey, you know what? Patch 5.1 was good. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Hey, you know what's the best thing we should do? Or that should continue is patch 5.1.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone was listening.
Maybe.
They were. And see, so that's another part of it. Going back to what we talked about, that might be another reason why I'm feeling so compelled about the questing and the quality of the questing is because that stuff still follows all right, here's the thing, now go do 3 things, come back and turn in the things, and now we'll show you something else before sending you off again. But my goodness, the story that's in between that is so good that I don't care that I'm not having a great time doing those 3 things. And I'm not, because it happens to take place in the zone where my Alliance character is leveling right now, fighting literally the same things they're fighting right now. And I was like, I can't escape this. I'm just doing the same thing on all my characters. But it's really, really fun. And it's really good. And it has Lillian Voss in it. We'll just say that.
Ooh.
I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I like her too.
Especially after like she maybe died, but then came back later.
Yeah, but she's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah, I hung out with her for a whole extra expansion, but now she's back. Better than ever.
She's good enough.
She's good enough. Also, Rexar is there.
Yeah, I unlocked the
I've
invasion point with him.
I saw a screenshot of him, his nice high-res model.
Oh, he's looking good.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. Dude, you got swole.
Yeah, and what's great
From
is
Fanor.
like, okay, so you have your first quest turn in with him and everything. It's like, quest turn in, and then dialogue box, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, what are you doing here?
What's going
And then
on?
he gives you the whole like, hey, I was in an order hall, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm here. This is why. I'm like, they addressed it. That's good. That's awesome.
When you get to Lillian Voss, let me know if she has an option talking to her about the Uncrowned. Because as a rogue, of course we talked about it. Because I saw her and I was like, hey, weren't you working with the Uncrowned? Which she should have turned around and said, hey, weren't you leading the Uncrowned?
Hey,
I can see why
I
we have
remember you.
interesting topics to discuss. But I'm curious if she talks about that with a mage who wouldn't know what the Uncrowned necessarily is.
What about a monk?
Would a monk know what the Uncrowned is?
No.
So maybe not to that as well.
I'm curious. Yeah. I mean, with all the different characters and stuff that are popping up that have gone back to, faction exclusivity and everything, I like that Blizzard has, and here's the thing. I'm sure they put all of this stuff in there, like, before we started complaining, like, oh, but we're leaders of our order hall. Why would we ever fight each other? So, like, yay for them being forward thinking. And if for some reason they're reacting to it, yay for them reacting to it, Like,
Yeah.
It's showing that, like, all the fear that I had going into Battle for Azeroth with the whole, like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Are the Horde the evil and all this stuff and everything? Like, so much of the stuff is being addressed. So much of it is, like, popping up bits here and there that, they really thought about this beforehand before it came out. Everyone's like, this is going to be the worst thing ever. But, haha, look at that.
Yeah, and it does show that they really thought about it and wanting to kind of give us good reasons why, after all of this, coming together based on your class and getting us together and saving the world, all of a sudden we're back at each other's throats. And I mean, I know I've got good motivations for it. Y'all burned down the tree.
Yeah.
So, what? I mean, not y'all, but one
No, I was
leader.
there. I was cheering her on.
Okay. Yeah.
No, we understand why.
She was talking to that elf. You couldn't hear it. It got cut out of the sampling, but in the background while they were talking and she was, like, I guess retelling the story of how she died, in the background there was just someone in the background going, what if you burn the tree? Like, what if we didn't go over there? Just burn it.
Yeah.
Burn the
You throw
tree.
I want s'mores.
I bet that catapult can't reach that tree. Let's find out.
He said ominously. Well, there's a lot of boars in Teldrasil. Like, that's one of the first quests in a Night Elf area is to kill, like, panthers and boars. I mean, she might have had a hankering for barbecue. Mm-hmm. She might have wanted to be barbecue sleepy as well.
That's why we don't see her that much after that moment. Yeah. She's barbecue sleepy. Also,
she did the Banshee Whale and ran out of Lordaeron and got barbecue sleepy.
Here's a thought.
Go ahead.
I have a theory.
I have one too. You go first.
I wonder if it's the same theory.
It might be.
She almost lost that fight to Malfurion. She was losing until
Saurfang.
Until Saurfang, why? Until that happened. So Sylvanas, clearly a little behind on levels.
Mm-hmm.
She just found a real good way to level up. Let's just burn the tree. And she did it by killing boars.
Yes, she did. That is exactly what I was thinking.
She went to the South Park School of Leveling.
Uh-huh. Burn it. But let me tackle the mobs first.
Yes. Well, she's got the wailing. She's got the shadow dagger that spreads.
Yeah.
She probably flung one of those out there before.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can you imagine if, like, somehow we actually got XP for that?
Oh, somebody should animate a video where as it burns, it cuts back to her, like, little creepy smile she gives the elf, and then just add the ding and level up effect repeatedly over her head. It just starts going... just non-stop as she's just smiling.
Oh my gosh. I like this more and more. This expansion's one of the greatest ones there is.
Yes.
It's so meta.
Yeah.
Oh, so aware.
They really embraced the level up mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ball's in your court, Malfurion. Let's see you catch up now.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I don't know.
Does that mean that she actually gets an XP for killing all the people at Lordaeron as well?
Yeah. Can you imagine what she would have gotten if she'd have killed Jaina and Anduin and Gen and what's her face? Void Lady? Illyria?
Void Lady.
Hey, Void Lady. Hey, Void Lady with purple eyes and high heel shoes.
I would consider them all to be rares, so that'd be a lot of XP right there.
Yeah.
She's just on an XP chase. She's just like, honestly, she's really my spirit animal. She's just like, there are too many quests in this game. I know a shortcut.
Tag. Let's burn an island.
Yeah. That was educational. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
We solved it.
Yeah.
We solved the mysteries of the world of Warcraft.
Okay, new show title.
There is no honor in this. Yes, but there's mad gains.
Yeah. Look at my bar. It's swole.
Of course,
Yeah.
what's really bad is when she actually crosses the lake and goes to loot the tree, all she gets is like a gray,
Yeah.
like 3 gold.
Can you imagine the loot for that? She just right-clicks the tree and it's just bags full.
Yeah.
Champion, I need you to summon your elephant.
I need your portable mailbox. Nathanos, hold on to this stuff for me. Hold on to my greens.
Oh, right away, my lady, right away. He's so eager, Nathanos.
Oh man! So, have you guys seen anybody walking around with one of those brontosaurus mounts?
Yeah.
I saw a couple the first day. Like, I was in the first zone, and there people were just jumping around. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, maybe in 10 expansions, when the gold economy is just so insane, where you get 1 million gold for a quest, I might get one.
Yeah. I'm gonna try hard to get to try and get at this expansion. That's like my end goal. There's a lot of mounts this expansion though.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh Lord.
Question for you, Marconin. This is
Uh-huh.
it's silly, but it's also a serious thought question.
I love those.
If you could sell some of your mounts, think like a used car lot kind of situation to get a brontosaurus, would you?
Oh, it would depend on the price of the mount, like which one would fetch what, because there's some I wouldn't.
Couple things. You get to keep all the achievements that you've gotten in all those achievement mounts.
Okay.
But it's going
So
to
get
cost
those.
all your mounts.
Uh,
You can go back and reobtain them.
There'd be a few that I would go back, like the Onyxian Drake. It's fine. It's cool. I can farm that in like 3 seconds every week. So yeah, for that one, I'd trade in the Onyxian Drake.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, but this is all of them.
No.
Yeah. So I
I've been collecting
appreciate
since
your
BC.
I appreciate your 1-by-1 approach, but it's all of the mounts. They're all gone.
I can't take them all.
You're starting
I don't
over.
want the ones that are unobtainable anymore. I have to keep the ones that I can, like the Corcoran Warwolf.
Okay,
the-
if it's impossible to get again, then you can keep it. Other than that,
Okay.
it's down to 0. No matter how rare, it's 0
Don't
if you
wanna
can
do
get it
time
again.
lost again.
I
I
was
don't
just-
want to fun
okay.
time lost again.
But question for how often did you use the time lost proto drake?
Yeah.
A lot for the first couple of months.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
but
but-
now he's got dust on him. Now he's literally
Does.
lost.
He's the time best proto drake.
You can't mount
I'll-
them all, Marconin. That's what they say.
I know this. I know. Well, especially because we can't fly. I've just got the Sea Braid, whatever the collector's edition mount. I'm riding on that because I'm done going through all the watery areas with the water striders. But man, I know I need like a random favorite mount thing again. I used to have that macro going, but I need to redo that so I can I have time lost, because you always get around the Pandaren world bosses that all drop mounts, Galleon and Nalek and stuff. Everybody's like in a mount collecting measuring contest. Someone will mount this Cloud Serpent. Like, oh, I have this one too. Oh, and so do I. It's like, but I have this one. I'll see your Cloud Serpent and I'll raise you Mimron's head. I'll see your Mimron's head and raise you a Corcoran Juggernaut. It's like, oh, and then someone's just like, Ace of Spades, Zulian Tiger, or Big Blizzard Bear, and I'm like, I'm out. Take it. Don't
Yeah,
have
depending
that.
on if I actually want to play the game or not, I'll just either go straight there or just wait a little bit and then go there.
Yeah.
So-
String them along a little bit, like, oh, I got this one. Oh yeah, I've got like a turtle or something. Like, Silly tiger.
So I did something kind of stupid. And it involves mounts.
Okay.
So I'm not as up to date on all the mounts and all the professions and everything this expansion because, I haven't been reading a whole lot of stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been looking into it, haven't been, digging deep to see what you can get for different things.
Sure.
So far, so good.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm mailing stuff because I'm not using the scrapper, by the way, which I probably should, but I'm like,
you
whatever.
should. That's fine.
So, the stuff that I did scrap or any mats that I just randomly come across that I don't need, I just put them up on the auction house at this point because, I'm herbing and alcheming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alcheming? Yeah, whatever. So I'm on my bank tomb, putting stuff on the auction house, and I see in trade chat, hey, Great Sea Ray or whatever it is, 75,000 gold. I'm like, oh, that's the one from last expansion. I should totally get that while the getting's good.
Oh,
So I'm
no.
like, I'll get it. So then it's like 75,000 gold. I'm like, this is cool. So I'm like, dude's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Silvermoon. He's like, are you on war mode or not? I'm like, I'm not. He's like, cool. Shows up, puts it in the little trade window. I'm like, cool. 75,000 right in there. I'm like, cool. Trade. I'm like, yeah, this is neat. I got a new thing. So then I mail it to someone who can actually learn it. Learn it and everything. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then I hop in some water where I find, I'm like, hey, this is neat. I'm swimming along. Wee, having fun. And then I look in Discord like maybe an hour later, and Tetsemi's like, "Hey, on the 5th cast, I I fished up this." I'm like, ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. I checked Wednesday, and they're going for 9K on reviews. 9K. I was talking to a couple of your guildies on Wednesday night, and one of them fished up 2 in like 15 minutes.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
So, well, if you think about it, at the current market value of the token, you only lost $5.
I don't know.
No, $10. $10.
Never look at it that way because then I will never spend gold. But
only $10.
Well, considering I was sitting on like almost 500,000, I'm like, whatever. But the fact that they're 9,000 now, oh my god, that sucks. But hey, you know what? I got someone 75,000 gold richer. That's perfectly fine. Good for them. They unknowingly maybe swindled me.
They gotcha.
Yeah. Well, that's my fault.
That's all right.
That's fine.
I put a bunch of my potions and extra crafting mats and all of that up on the auction house for what it would sell to a vendor because I misunderstood how the add-on worked.
Ooh.
Good luck.
I'm making gold this expansion. Go play the auction house game. Look at how fast everything's selling.
There's a reason John and I never have a lot of gold.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna start fishing, and then I'm just gonna start giving them out to anybody for free. I don't care.
And I'm gonna start thinking about my auctions. So we've all become better people today. Truly a valuable learning experience for us all.
Hey, John, if you want to vend any herbs, I'll buy them for you.
Nope, I need them. I need all the herbs.
Ah, darn.
Yeah, I'm herb alchemist as well, so I
Hey, me
been
too.
I've been trying to. Wow, I get. We might have said that before,
almost
but
as if it was the only useful crafting skill at a certain point.
well, right now inscription's pretty good with all the dark moon.
Yeah, I know. Somebody
But-
who used to be a long-time scribe, and after time of being burned, finally just being like, forget this. This is my favorite profession. Forget it. I'm done. And then they're like, but what if we made it good now? You guys are assholes.
John, you could just slap back and start right at Battle for Azeroth.
That's true.
I could, but now I'm an alchemist and I've got all these sweet potions and I've got a little mass of meat about to do something, so it's all
Me too, my
exciting.
quivering sack. It's gonna hatch soon.
I called it a mass of meat, and I think that was too far. You didn't have to call it by that name, Ben.
Well, that's what it's called. It's a quivering
I
sack.
don't want you to use those words.
I
together.
don't know anything about this quivering sack.
Well, okay. See, what you do is you go and you learn transmute meat to pet, and then you transmute it, and then after a week, a pet pops out of a quivering sack.
Is it a random pet or is it a set pet? Like, do we know what we're getting?
There's specific pets that it can be. I know that there's at least 3 unique ones for Battle for Azeroth, and then if it's like the one that they had for Legion, then there's going to be some older pets kind of thrown in there too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
excited.
I'm going to work on my quivering sack right after the show.
Oh yeah, you should. It like you need some bones and like a couple things of meat, and then that's it. And then
I got plenty of meat. I've killed lots of things leveling up, so I got a ton of meat on me.
Cool. Yeah, that's one of those transmutes that I'm super excited is back for this expansion, because it's just fun to be all like, I'm playing Full Metal Alchemist right now. I want a pet. I'm not going to give an arm and a leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just somebody else's arms and legs.
Yeah. So how weird is it, though, to actually herb off of walls now?
It is super strange. Because I'll see the little note. I'm like, oh, sweet. What is that? What is that? Ah, you gotta be kidding me. It's way up there.
Yeah.
My legs are a little too short.
Yeah, in trees, on walls. It took me for a loop the first time. I'm like, where the hell is this? I'm looking on the ground. I've zoomed in my map as close as I can. I'm like, I'm right on top of it. What the hell? And then like the star moss, it doesn't really glow all that well, so it's just like decoration for a wall.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's some cool. Dang it, that's some herb. Come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is super strange. I remember seeing that a couple, like maybe a month or two ago in a preview. I was like, why are we on the walls? Well, I mean, it's moss, so it grows on whatever. It's like it should be on a tree. Moss is on trees.
Oh, no, you can get the one on the tree.
Yeah. You can get the siren song or something.
Yeah. John, did you do any of the herbalist quests yet?
Yeah, I've done a few.
What did you think of those?
They're okay.
I like the added history and the story parts. Like, I'm cool with learning all I can about the new area, about the little, the history of stuff. That's why I like Storm Song Valley so much, because of the Tide Sages and learning about, how they, get the ships ready and all this stuff. I love that, learning about all the stuff. Like, not so much like in Drustavar with the witches. I mean, it's creepy as heck. Like,
that's the first place I'm going. So
that's the first place I went. There's like Wicker Men and creepy stuff. The witches look like the witch from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The big old wart on her nose and the hood.
And like the long lanky arms and stuff.
Yeah, and she's all hunched over and she's like running at you. It's weird.
It's terrifying. I'm looking.
It's creepy.
It's gonna be terrifying for me. Like, that's my level of horror. I'm so much of a wuss.
That's okay. I am too.
Yeah, John, you can laugh at me when I tell you about how a stupid witch scared the crap out of me one time or something. You know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it'll happen. You should play it in first person.
No. Oh, I lose peripheral vision, John. I can't do that for things like this.
Yes. No, you should play it in first person.
Okay. Well, anyways, Marconin, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute blast talking with you and just reminiscing and chatting about some WoW.
I know, it's been really great, guys. I don't get to do this enough and see you guys hang out. So thank you. Thanks for asking me to come on this week. I'm glad I was able to make it happen.
Me too.
And I can't wait to see you guys in like a little over 2 months now.
No, it's so soon.
I know. I cannot wait to see you guys again. It's gonna be awesome.
Definitely. So until the next time we have you on, or at least until BlizzCon, hopefully we'll have you on before then. Where can we find you?
Easiest way to find me is on Twitter at MarconinWow. That's MarConinWow. You can also find me on Tar and Think Tank. That's the show that I have with Jules, our good friend. If you guys have been around for a while, you already know what we do over there on Triple T. Having a lot of fun. We could use some questions, so if anybody goes over there and has a question they want us to bring out in front of everybody, we'd sure welcome it. Our mailbox is wide open, so anybody wants to come in and hang out, we do our show on Thursday nights on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taran Think Tank. So yeah, check us out if you want, which I hope you do.
We will.
Good stuff. You're good people.
And people should.
You're good people.
Yeah. John, what about you? Where can people find you?
Hey, if you want to hear more from me, follow me on Twitter at John_Jagger. I will let you know where I'll be and what I'll be doing. And if you want to hear me on more shows, you can check out Core.
Core!
Hear me talk about Heroes of the Storm. That's part of the Frog Pants Network. You can find out more about that at heroesforyou.com or playing D&D on also on the Frog Pants Network as part of There Will Be Dungeons. You can find out more about that show at therewillbedungeons.com. That is a fantastically fun show. I recommend people check it out. We have hit a point that's a pretty good jumping in point, I think. Some big stuff has happened. We're kind of moving on to the next leg of the journey, so if you want to try it out, it's a good time to get in. Give a little listen, and if you dig it, you can always go back and listen to the archive. It's a good time.
Especially episode 9. Those are good ones.
Is that the ones that had gnomes in them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. I'm already interested.
Also, I will say though that I've mentioned it before, but There Will Be Dungeons is a ton of fun. If you are even remotely interested in D&D or have never really played before or anything, check it out. It's very cool to listen to it from a different perspective, and Bo does a great job DMing, and it's not just like pure fantasy. It's a different kind of environment, so it's a little different, and it's very cool.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
Don't bring your kids, though.
No, don't bring your kids.
No.
These are for adults.
Yes.
Sometimes even for above adults, whatever the next stage beyond adult is. Sometimes it's not for anybody. But
basically, if Nash starts explaining something, cover your kids' ears.
I forgot about that. Yeah. You know what? You will learn something in the last episode. You will learn information you wish you didn't have, but you will know it anyway.
Yes. Very true.
Ben.
Yes, John.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. And why don't you let everybody know where they can find you?
Oh, well, the best place to find me is actually on the Twitters as well. I am at Ben the Mage. Even though I made a monk now, I'm sticking with that because that's my name. Other than that, though, I do a show with Eludra called Battle Pets, where we talk about battle pets in the World of Warcraft. We will be recording a new episode sometime soon. We need to figure out exactly when, because our weekends have gotten busy and stuff, which is when we usually record it. But there's, oh my gosh, a plethora of new pets and everything, and going to be we're going to be talking up a storm about it.
Would you talk about a meaty sack?
Oh, no, I will be talking about a quivering sack.
Great. Mine's just meaty.
That's good. That's good for you. This show, though, Azeroth Roundtable, we're actually found on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. If you have any questions, comments, or want to tell us about your leveling experience, which, by the way, thank you everybody who actually did write in from the last episode. We'd appreciate it. You can always send those emails to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And, of course, all of our episodes are found on AzerothRoundtable.com, as well as on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, all that fun stuff. If you want to help us out, go to iTunes, leave us a review. We like 5-star reviews, but, if you don't feel that we deserve that, just, be honest. But it's going to help us out. And, also, if you are not listening live and you want to, we usually record Friday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/AzerothRT, where you can actually see what we look like, which I saw earlier in chat. Someone pictured John with long, black, flowing hair.
Great.
Which, that's interesting. That's essentially Mew Cow.
Yeah. Yeah, that you get thinking the wrong guy.
Yeah, it's Mew Cow. But anyways, check us out there. We'd love to see you. Chat, you're great as always. And of course, with that, John.
Oh, hey. Well, this show is made possible by the support of patrons like you. I don't know why I'm going to the PBS. Immediately just goes to my childhood and goes, yeah, let's go with exactly what they used to do on PBS. But it's true.
Do you want me to add telephones in the background like it's a telethon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't do that.
I want to give a big shout out to our most recent new patrons, Franz M, Naily. I think I said that right. If I said it wrong, let me know, and I will say it right next week. And Trond S. If I said that wrong, let me know.
That's a pretty sweet name, though.
The names are getting better, and I seemed really good at reading names when they were not as good as they are now. So, anyway, I did my best. Let me know if they're wrong, and we'll try again at another time if it didn't come out right.
Good enough.
Yep, that saved it. Did it.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah, really did. Hey, I'm going to have another chance to nail it because we always want to give a shout out to the Murloc Club. Oh my gosh, is this a new Murloc Club member? Did someone just change their name to make it hard for me? They did! They've paid before! They changed their name. Well, it's easy enough. A big thank you to the Murloc Club. Simon, Sast H, Kryn, Jim G, Haster, Frasley S, and Awan Somdi. Thank you so much for your support. I love that this is going to be now a new thing where people just change their name in Patreon to make it very difficult for me to say.
I am super excited about this change.
Things have gotten so good. Thank you, everybody. Ben, make a Murloc sound.
That's for the Murloc Club.
Great.
If you're not part of the Murloc Club, I'm sorry, but that Murloc was not for you.
I will throw out one last tease. It was pointed out by the chat. We did not talk about Ajara tonight. I will say that part of the reason why I did not want to talk about Ajara tonight is I have a lot to say that might tie into potential spoilers, and so I want to give it another week before we start diving too deep into spoiler territory. So maybe we'll talk about Ajara next week.
I got to do a lot of questing next week.
And I've got to watch the Warbringers. I haven't had a chance to see it yet today.
Oh,
man.
well, then we also
Yeah.
didn't do it because we couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
So,
the
I'm gonna
other
watch it after this,
reason.
So this is what happens. Marconin, there's this elf, and then her name is Ashara.
Okay.
And she's all like, I'm Queen Ashara.
No, he's
then-
gonna go watch it, Ben.
And then all the other people are like, hi, Queen Ashara. She's like, let them eat cake.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us for Azeroth Roundtable. It was a lot of fun having you. We will see you in a week.
Adios.
Bye, everybody. Be good to each other.